This is a tale of power, courage, and a mother's deep love that changed history. Before we begin this journey into the past, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell so that you won't miss any of our next incredible story. Our story takes us back many years ago to the Kingdom of Benin. This was a wonderful place. The city of Benin was known for its beautiful art, its very skilled workers who made amazing things from bronze and ivory, and its strong leaders. Life for the people was usually peace and good. They worked hard and they lived well under their wise king, the Oba. At this time, the Oba was a brave man named Esigie, but sometimes peace does not last forever. In a land not far away lived another group of people called the Igala. They lived along the big river Niger, which was like a busy road for boats and trade. The Igala watched Benin. They saw Benin's wealth and its strong position in the world. They started to want what Benin had. The main reason for trouble was control over trade. The Igala wanted to control the important trade routes on the river Niger. These routes were used to move valuable goods like salt, which everyone needed, kola nuts, and beautiful textiles or clothes. If the Igala controlled these routes, they would become very rich and powerful. So, the Igala began to make demands. They sent messages to the Oba of Benin, asking him to give them land and to accept that the Igala were more powerful. They even wanted Benin to pay them money as a sign of respect or tribute. But the Oba of Benin was proud. His kingdom had a long and great history, and Benin had never bowed to anyone. He said no to the Igala's demands. Because the Oba said no, the air in Benin city became thick with worry. People talked quietly about the growing danger. Farmers worried about their crops, and traders worried about their goods. Everyone knew that a big storm was coming, and that storm was war. The Igala's demands became louder and more angry. They finally declared war on the Benin kingdom. News of the war spread quickly, and the people of Benin got ready for a fight. The Igala army was big and strong. Their warriors used bows and arrows to shoot from far away. They also carried long spears and short, heavy swords for close fighting. They had shields made from animal hide or woven wood to protect themselves. Their king, the Ata, was determined to win. In Benin, Oba Esigie gathered his own army. The Benin warriors were also strong and brave. They mostly used long swords made of iron, spears, and bows and arrows. Their shields were made of wood and covered with strong leather. The Benin army was known for being well trained and very loyal to their Oba. During these dangerous times, there was a very special person in Benin, Queen Idia. She was the Oba Esigie's mother. Queen Idia was not a warrior who carried a sword or spear into battle. Her power was different. She had great wisdom and strong spiritual power. She gave important advice to her son, the Oba. She helped him think clearly and make good plans. More than that, Queen Idia performed powerful rituals and ceremonies. She would call upon the ancestors, the spirits of the past kings and queens, asking for their help. She prayed for the Benin army to be protected and to win. Her spiritual work was believed to make the Benin warriors brave and strong in their hearts, and to make the enemy feel unsure. Other kingdoms and villages, who were third parties in this fight, were caught in the middle. They tried to stay neutral, meaning they did not pick a side. They just wanted to be safe and not be part of the fighting as the armies marched through their lands. The Igala army began their long march towards Benin. They moved through thick forests and across open lands, bringing fear to the villages they passed. The villagers watched with heavy hearts as the soldiers moved towards the fight. The Igala chose a battleground near a big river. They thought this place would be good for them, giving them water and a strong place to fight. It was an open area, good for a big battle, not far from Benin's borders. Oba Esigie, leading his Benin army, marched to meet them. The air was heavy with tension. As the two armies came closer, the loud sound of drums filled the air. Everyone knew a big fight was about to begin. Just before the main battle, something very important happened. Queen Idia, knowing the deep spiritual side of war, performed a very powerful ritual. She used her spiritual knowledge and her strong connection to the ancestors to create a spiritual shield around the Benin army. Stories say she used special herbs and chanted powerful words. This was not a shield you could see or touch, but it was meant to make her son and his warriors feel brave and protected. At the same time, it was believed to make the Igala warriors feel unsure and lose their courage. It was an unseen, strong force helping Benin. Some people said that as the Igala warriors got ready to attack, they felt a strange fear, a feeling they could not explain. This was believed to be because of Queen Idia's powerful spiritual work. It was like an invisible hand was helping Benin before the first arrow flew. Then, the Igala attacked. The battle began with many arrows flying through the air from both sides, like a deadly rain. The air was filled with the sound of arrows and the loud shouts of warriors. The main battle was very fierce and brutal. The sound of swords clashing and spears hitting shields filled the air across the battlefield. Warriors fought face to face, their expressions grim and determined. The ground became muddy and stained with the blood of brave men. The Igala, with their large numbers, pushed hard against the Benin lines. They were strong fighters, wanting very much to win and take over Benin. Their archers kept shooting many arrows, and their spearmen tried to break through Benin's defenses. But the Benin army, made stronger by Queen Idia's spiritual help and their strong loyalty to their Oba, did not give up. They held their ground. They fought with incredible bravery. Oba Esigie himself, a skilled warrior, led his men from the front, inspiring them with his courage. His presence in the battle gave his warriors new strength. The battle went on for many long hours. The sun rose higher, beating down on the tired warriors, but neither side stopped fighting. The advantage moved back and forth like a dangerous dance of life and death. At a very important moment, the Igala seemed to be winning. They had so many warriors, and the Benin soldiers were getting tired. But then, the power of Queen Idia's spiritual work truly showed itself. The Benin warriors, even though they were very tired, suddenly felt a new burst of energy. They moved faster, and their attacks became stronger and more accurate. On the other side, the Igala warriors, who had seemed unstoppable, began to weaken. Some stories say they became confused or suddenly lost their confidence. Their arrows did not hit as well, and their planned attacks fell apart. This was a subtle but strong influence, a special advantage that Queen Idia had given her people. It made her side stronger and made the enemy weaker in spirit. In the end, the Benin Kingdom won the war. The Igala suffered many losses, and their army was completely defeated. They retreated, running from the battlefield. The Benin Kingdom was the clear winner of this war. They had bravely defended their land and their people. The war was hard and costly, but Benin came out victorious. The Igala, Atta, their king, had to accept that Benin was stronger. He never tried to invade Benin or make demands again. The important trade routes were now safe and fully controlled by Benin, and peace returned to the land. Everyone in Benin knew that Oba Esigie and his warriors were brave, but they also knew that a huge part of the victory came from the wisdom, spiritual power, and wise guidance of Queen Idia. Her help before and during the war was vital. She was seen as a spiritual leader who saved the kingdom, the one who gave the unseen protection and the inner strength to her son and his army. After the war, Queen Idia became even more respected in the Benin Kingdom. She was celebrated not just as the Queen Mother, but also as a true hero. Beautiful ivory carvings were made in her honor. These carvings showed her with strength and dignity, often with strings of red coral beads, which meant royalty and power. These artworks were placed in important parts of the palace, reminding everyone of her amazing work. The story of Queen Idia and her role in the Idah War was passed down from parents to children for many years in Benin. She became a very important figure, a symbol of strong female leadership and a mother's fierce dedication to her people and her son. Her story teaches us that strength comes in many forms, and that even in the hardest times, wisdom, spiritual guidance, and great courage can lead to victory. And so, the incredible story of Queen Idia, the powerful Queen Mother of Benin, continues to inspire us. Her memory is one of courage, spiritual might, and the deep love of a mother protecting her family and her kingdom. Thank you for listening to this wonderful story, and please do well to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more amazing tales from history. Until next time, keep exploring the past.